welcome back to my channel, Thrifty Day. Today I'm going to be doing a flip through of my complete Magic Memory book. I used this Magic Memory book for the end of 2020, and so I'm excited to kind of go through and relive some memories and show you all what I did. So I just bind all of my Magic Memory books with a bow of some sort. I have a tutorial for the Knotless Bow. I will try to link it in the comments below. So this was a hidden binding Magic Memory book. I really loved it. Little Women is one of my favorite stories. I absolutely love the characters, and it reminds me very much of my own daughters. And so it was a lot of fun to create because it was very inspiring from the beginning because I love the story so much. Let me move my little plant. So the first page, I just wanted to kind of intro myself. I had seen these adorable little library card style envelopes, little Bindi on Instagram, puts them in the beginning of her Magic Memory book. So I was sort of inspired by that. I didn't have a library card pocket, so I just made one out of a manila folder. And Abby bought me these little Tim Holtz cards for Christmas. So I just slipped one right in there. And that is from a vintage book. I love the chandelier and the princess outfits. So I just did a little journaling. This is from a candle that my girls bought me the same day I started this Magic Memory book, so it seemed appropriate to use it in here. I just used it as a pocket. I also got these jeans the same day I started, and I loved the colors, so I just made it into a tag. And this is just a photograph, my favorite photograph probably, at Disneyland, and of me and my girls. And on the back, this was a page from the book. And I believe I just put a quote from the book on the back. And these are also, as you can see, that's a little tuck page. This is also from my jeans. They're so cute. The colors are so pretty. This picture, Abby used to have a big picture wall in her room. She's making a new one. She's in the process of doing it. It takes time. But she took all the photos down and she said, I don't really know what to do with these. Do you want them? And I said, absolutely. There was probably 50 photographs. So this was one of them that was on her wall that I just loved. And again, this was one of those Tim Holtz cards that she gave me. So I put it on there. This page was just one I put together. This is cardstock. It was from a scrapbook page, and instead of using the cardstock, I cut what looked like little vintage Polaroids out and put photos of my girls. That's Lizzie in the swings at California Adventure, and that is Abby actually in a outfit she created inspired by the new movie Little Women. And this page was a magic mail sort of page. This is another image that was on Abby's wall. These are stickers from Peachycuene, so I used some of her adorable packaging. And I don't even know, I just have little stuff in here. Oh, that's also from Peachycuene. And she puts her stickers and stuff in these adorable little envelopes, so I use them a lot. I order a lot of stickers from Peachycuene because they're so cute, and I think they're the perfect size for journaling. I'll try to link her shop down below too because it's very affordable, they're great quality, and the colors are always so pretty. And this is a little vintage book page that I thought went well. I sort of had a peach and orange theme on this page and golds, and so there was the woman is sitting in the orange tree. And this is one of my favorite antique malls, so I slipped the card right in there. And this was a postcard from Daniel, which was just so sweet. And this was one of the pages original to the book, which was perfect because it was oranges and it made me happy. Also a sticker from Peachycuene. And I just made a pocket out of some wallpaper scraps, or wrapping paper scraps actually. This page was actually originally the seashells I wasn't in love with. And so I was going to cover it and just journal on it. But then this card was one that came in the set that Abby gave me, and it was the beach. And I thought, oh my gosh, the colors, and it's so pretty. And then I remembered I had this photo, which is one of my favorite photos of my mom, and she's actually on the beach. You can't tell. I actually remember this day vividly. And she loved the beach. And so I decided to make it a post page for her, and I journaled a little bit about my mom and the things she loved. This was just a scrap from some envelopes I had made earlier in the year. I had cut the cover off and used them in one of the upcycled envelopes, but I loved these little images, so I just stapled it into my magic memory book. I loved this image, didn't want to cover it because it seemed so 50s and zany, and the colors were great, so I just kept it. This page was inspired by a lovely follower who is now a dear friend. She sent me all sorts of goodies and a nice little card. And so it inspired this fun page. So it's all just collage work. She sent me all these adorable and lovely pictures, and I just put them all on here and made a collage. And she also sent me these little stamps. So this was just a collage page that was inspired by some goodies that were sent my way. And this is another sticker from peachycuene. This was also sent to me. It's just so pretty that all I did was glue it down in my book and did a little bit of journaling. This page is my favorite wrapping paper. It's just apples, but I absolutely love it. So I just stuck a sticker on there. And, well, I guess it's not a sticker. It's a little golden book image. I just cut it out and put it on there with some washi tape. This was a really fun page to make because it was such a wonderful treat during quarantine. Our dear friend Diego treated us to this such a super fun night. It was the drive-in to Hawkins, and you never left your car. You didn't even have to roll down your windows, and they did this whole live show mixed with large screens, interactive sort of fun. It was just a really amazing night, and we had so much fun. We always have fun with Diego because he is just one of the best people I know. He just exudes lots of goodness, and I feel so lucky to know him. So Scoops Ahoy, they handed out all this really fun stuff, and we just had the best time. And it was so nice to feel safe. We didn't have to leave our car. We didn't have to talk to anybody or touch anybody, and it was really wonderful. I would definitely do it again. We had a great time. It was at the Starcourt Mall because it was Stranger Things, and this was what the food came in. This was a letter from, I think, the principal. It was just a lot of fun, and it was so nice to feel safe, and it was so fun to see Diego, and it was a night I won't forget. It was a lot of fun. The Stranger Things interactive night was a great time. So this was a fun page to make because it's such a wonderful memory. So that was that. This is just some journaling I did. This is just some small shop stuff that I bought. Oh, this was because we spent a whole day together and we made vegan Mexican food, and this was actually our receipt, again with Diego. And just lots of little goodies, just from shop small things I purchase. I try to keep everything because I really appreciate the effort that people put into their packaging. I mean, look at how cute that is. Thanks, Cutie Pie, with little pies. I had to save it. And I didn't want to cover this image from this vintage Mary Poppins book that I sewed in, and so it was perfect. These are just stamps. I rip them right off of my letters because I want to keep them, and I staple them in. It's not fancy at all. This is the beginning of Abby's birthday layout. This was a napkin. We just had a family dinner, and so I Mod Podged it right on there. And this is just one of my favorite photos of her. I think she looks so grown up, but she's so lovely and makes me happy. I just printed that out on my computer. This is a dyed doily with a Taylor Swift song because she loves Taylor Swift. And this is just, I believe, yeah, just like a letter to her, my thoughts. Because she is now 15. 15. How was my youngest child 15? I'm not sure how that happened, but I still feel 15 sometimes. Hello. So that's kind of the beginning of her birthday page. And her birthday is very close to Halloween, so it was kind of close to my Halloween pages too. The Halloween pages I have here, I believe I have a YouTube for. I'm not entirely sure. I'll have to look. If I do, I'll link it. But this is a photo of her and her best friend. And on Halloween, they did a very quick sort of costume, Elphaba and Glinda. These are stickers from ElizaryanDesign, which, as you know, is my favorite. We also got concha bread from La Monarca Bakery, and so that is the bag they came in. I mean, how pretty is that? Have to use that as a page if you go to La Monarca. And then that is just some treats we had that day. How cute is that though? So this is just a little tag. Also Tim Holtz, I use a lot of Tim Holtz. He's very inspiring to me. I love his work and I love his products. They're very high quality and easy to use and very accessible. I get them at Joann's usually. So these are just more pictures of the girls. So cute, aren't they adorable? I had them write on the photo so that I could have their writing on there. And then this is just another picture of them. And these are images from some records that I got the day we took these photos. I got them at Lovel's, which is a store I used to shop at when I was their age, and it's still there, thank goodness. Don't worry, I did not destroy the records. I just took photocopies and glued them onto the page. And this is by ElizaryanDesign. I love shopping small, and Lovel's is a store I will always support. So it's just a picture of Lizzie, who thought she was really funny, taking photos on my phone, so I printed it out on the computer and put it in my magic memory book. But that was us on Halloween with masks, socially distanced, no trick-or-treating, but it was still fun. This is a page I created just because I was so excited that I had made so many of these hidden binding magic memory books to ship out to everyone. I was so happy everyone loved them as much as I did. I do hope to do them again soon. It's just they're very time consuming. So I used a lot of the scraps I had. I just saved it. I did a little bit of journaling. This was some junk mail envelope that came. Oh, sorry. A junk mail envelope that came. And so I just used it to put a lot of my scraps in and some pages in and some receipts. I don't even know, just a lot of different scraps in here. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry, I keep hitting the camera. So that's all that is, just scraps from the magic memory book I made, several magic memory books I made. And this page I had ripped by accident, so I couldn't use it. You can't tell, but it's all ripped, so I just glued it right onto the envelope. All I did on this page was stick one of my favorite photos of my girls from Dapper Day right onto the page. I just used washi tape, and then these are just my tea tags, because as you know, I always just staple them in because they're pretty and I drink a lot of tea. So this is an envelope I glued down. I just put stuff in. I love keeping my lists. I don't know why my writing is messy, but it just reminds me of things I need. Or needed at a time, and I think eventually that's something that might be interesting to my kids, because sometimes there's some really strange things on there that I purchased to craft with. And this is more artwork from small shops, from things I purchased, I believe for Christmas. I think I used these stickers for Christmas for the girls. And then this, I just made a little pocket. And those are just some old photos that had been sort of floating around my desk for a while. And this was a sticker that came in a keychain I purchased. And it's just so cute. Love this image. This card Hannah actually made for me, oh my gosh, years ago. And I found it in my desk when I was cleaning it out. And so I just thought, well, I don't want to lose it. So I stuck it right into my magic memory book with one of my favorite pictures of her in front of the castle. That's a nice little memory and a nice little surprise to find in my desk. And this is some really yummy jasmine tea, and I love the colors, so I decided to put it in my magic memory book. So this is a pocket page I created. I actually don't really even know what's in here. But oh, just more lists, nothing exciting, and a flyer for something I didn't go to. More of that beautiful apple paper. This is one of my favorite. I love seltzer water and I love Topo Chico. So Lizzie and I both do. She always buys it for me, so I just cut it out and I literally just stapled it onto the page. It's not exciting. And I think I probably meant to journal on that. And this is from something I used for a Cocoa Magic Memory book I made for Lizzie. So I just saved it, stuck it right in there. A little more journaling. I know I have a video for this on my YouTube channel. It's my voted page, or voting page rather. So I will link that down below. It was really important to me to scrapbook about this and journal about it with my I voted sticker. So you can find that on my YouTube channel. This page, Abby asked me to do. Our favorite meal here in the greenhouse is broccoli pasta. This is what it looks like. And it's very simple. It's just a recipe I made myself years and years and years ago when I lived alone. I was vegan for many, many years. And so it was one of my favorite recipes to make quickly, and it was delicious, and it makes a lot, and everyone seems to love it, even people who are not vegetarian or vegan. So I used this from I think somebody sent it to me and something I purchased, and I took a photo when I made it, and I have the recipe written down. It's just something I do by memory, so it was interesting to try to write it down, and I kept forgetting things, so I had to write it all on the side, but I just wanted to document that for Abby because it was important to her. This page I absolutely didn't want to cover. It's one of my very favorites from Van Gogh. So I just journaled about how much I love it and why I love it. And this is just a little fabric scrap I had. So I stapled it to the page and just put some more scraps in there. A friend of mine sent this to me. It's a little book. I haven't journaled in it yet, but it's so cute. I didn't want to lose it. These are just pretty papers that Lizzie picked out. So I decided just to leave them bare because they remind me of her. This is lots of little goodies that was sent to me from a friend, and then this is a book binding, a spine that I had cut off for a magic memory book I made, so I just made it into a little tuck spot. It's leather, and it looks pretty, and the images are quite lovely. And this is just a pocket with all the little goodies I still have yet to use, so I just stamped the word scraps on the side. Lizzie loves crystals, and so she had bought some of these crystals, and they came with all these little inserts. So when she got them, she said, "I'm just going to throw these away. Do you want them?" And I said, "No, they make me think of you." So I just glued them all to the page, and this was actually on the bag that the crystals came in. So I put it all on here and journaled a little bit about it. And since this page was one that I had sewn into my magic memory book, I went ahead and wrote down what our crystals were, not our crystals, our gemstones were for our birthdays for my family. And that's from Disney's Wonderful World of Knowledge book. It's vintage and I love it. This card was sent to me from a friend and I loved it so much. It's just so pretty. So this year we lost one of our foster dogs who actually turned into our forever dog, Kudos. We lost him to cancer and it was very sad. The girls all loved him very much. He was such a sweetheart. So I just journaled a little bit about him. And it's just nice to have him in here as a memory because he's such a little angel. He'll always be a part of our family. And this is just a little card I put in there. I don't know what that is. I guess it just looks pretty, so I put it in there. Just more journaling sort of about living in the time of COVID. This is a picture of my girls with the masks on. And this was, this is just in our backyard. They made a little hidden Mickey out of sunflowers. And this is another one of my favorite Van Gogh paintings. So I wanted to keep that in there. So I made a little Disney spread. This is actually one of my favorites. This is from A Piece of Hue. She sent it in an order I purchased from her. And these are just some stickers I had bought. I stapled it on there. This was a picture from Abby's wall. So it makes me think of her and Lizzie, because I actually think Lizzie has this on her wall too. And this bag was a gift from a friend, my friend Diane, who I talk about all the time. So I made it into a tag and put it on here because it makes me think of her. Sorry, I keep hitting the camera. My goodness, I gotta get my act together. And this was just a little collage that I started and didn't finish. This was another photo from Abby's wall. I can't remember if she took it or not. But either way, it makes me think of her, and I had this adorable polka dot washi tape that I just made a frame out of. This page is really special to me because my sister got engaged this year. So I had this vintage page, and so I made a pocket out of it and put a picture of her and her adorable fiance in here and journaled a little bit about them. And so it's a really exciting time because my sister is very much in love and I'm so excited for her. So I of course made her a magic memory book, and it was Jane Austen, and this was from her book that I made for her engagement journey. And so I wanted a piece of her book in my book. So that's what that is. I could cry because I'm so excited for her. So I'm just gonna skip right over this now because I don't want to get emotional, but I love my sister and I just couldn't be more happy for her. This was just some magic mail. I don't even know what I have in here. Just little junk. Hannah loves Tervis tumblers. So I saved that because it makes me think of her. And that's a Disneyland ticket I must have had floating around in my desk. These are stickers from elizaryandesign, and I just love them. This page I didn't want to do anything to because I love Scrooge and I love the nephews, and so that's why that's there. I did a little journaling because Huey, Dewey, and Louie remind me very much of my nephews, Levi, Samuel, and Asher. And so I love this picture because it very much makes me think of them. This is a washi tape swatch page. I was very excited when I got all these new washies. They are all almost gone now though because I use so much washi tape, but I just wanted a record of them. And another one of my tea tags. This is the beginning of my Halloween layout. I do have a video showing how I did it on my YouTube channel, so you can check it out. I will try to link that down below as well. It includes some magic mail from my best friend and also from Daniel, who has become a good friend here. We actually met on Instagram, which is nice. Ashley and I, however, have been friends since we were teenagers, and so we go way back, and he sends me all sorts of wonderful things because he is just the best friend ever. He and my best friend Ryan. I don't know what I would do without them. But he sent me all this adorable artwork of cats because we love cats and dogs and fabulous things. So I do have a video for this. You can check it out and you can see how I did it and what I used. And again, thank you, Ashley, and thank you, Daniel, for inspiring such a fun Halloween layout. This page is unapologetically me telling the world how much I love Chipotle. And I love these little Chipotle bags. They're so cute. So we order Chipotle a lot and we have it delivered. We love it. It's a small treat here in quarantine because we really don't leave the house a lot. We take COVID very seriously. So whenever we get Chipotle delivered, it's a very exciting day and it's usually like once a week. So this is a Chipotle bag. This is one of our receipts and there's just I made this little envelope out of a Tim Holtz worn wallpaper pack and stuck that little thing in there. I think there's a receipt down there too. I can't reach it. This next page is another pocket page and I loved this paper and so I just stamped things on there because there is just things in here. I'm not really sure what. Looks like some washi tape packaging and a receipt. And this is by Jamie Rose Art, which I absolutely love, and box water, which is Hannah's favorite. We buy box water by the case because she loves it. This particular page is very special to me because we lost my father-in-law a few weeks ago, unexpectedly, and he was one of the most wonderful men on this planet. Honorable, authentic, wonderful, kind, generous beyond his means, and he will be very missed. So these are just my thoughts on Ken, and I just feel so lucky to have known him and called him my dad because he was just one of the most beautiful humans on the planet, and so he will be very missed, and I just wanted to pay tribute to him in my magic memory book. And these are just photos of my girls that I stuck next to their grandpa because they loved him very much and they were missing him very, very much, as we all are. This page was important, especially this year. We participated in multiple events in support of Black Lives Matter. I meant to journal about it and I did not, but I did post a few of these photos in here as a memory, and I will go back and journal about it. I have so many thoughts that it's almost very difficult to put them all into words. Sometimes photos say more, and I was grateful to have the opportunity to show my support for Black Lives Matter. This is just more journaling. This begins my birthday layout for my girls. All three of them had birthdays in quarantine, and they were all a little bit different. Lizzie had a very traditional drive-by birthday. Those were very popular at the beginning of quarantine, and her birthday was in April. Hannah's was in October, and we had everyone send in mail from literally around the world. And I made her an Inside Out Magic Memory book that she has and loves. That's what that photo is. You could see it there. And then Abby had a little curbside pickup where we bought some vintage stuff at her favorite small shop, and Melrose Vintage. And so I do have a video showing how I did this on my YouTube channel, and you can find it easily, and I will try to remember to link it below. These are stickers from ElizaryanDesign and peachycuene. They're so cute. Look at those, they're so 80s. I love them. Just some more journaling on this vintage page I thought was so pretty. This is very retro, I loved it. This was from Abby's wall again. I love it, trying to do better every day, and that's a vintage Bambi page. I just whited out the text here so I could do some journaling. This page was one I made in support of all my favorite small shops, not all, some of my favorite small shops and the amazing things that they make. So I wrote down some of the things I purchased that I absolutely love. I was a vendor at Ohana. It was such a wonderful event, and I absolutely loved it. This was the bag because I purchased my planner for 2021 from upcycled.enchantments, which is right there. And I am almost done. This page I didn't end up using, so I just cut it out. That's why there's this little tab here. And I thought it would be appropriate to finish this book with Little Women. These were hanging on Abby's wall because she is very inspired by the fashion and style of the new Little Women movie. So when she gave the photos to me, I knew I wanted them to be the final photos in my Magic Memory book. So there's one of my favorite quotes from Little Women, and another one here, because that makes me think of my girls. So that is the end. I absolutely love the back of this Magic Memory book. It makes me happy. I'm very excited for how it came out. It is very thick and very full, but that's okay. It just means there's a lot of memories I wanted to preserve. So if you have any questions or you have any comments, please leave them in the comment box below. I'm happy to answer them. And I thank you very much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful 2021. And I can't wait to start my new Magic Memory book and go on this new journey of creating. So have a really good day, and thank you so much.